So as a reception and security services for the university, it's not only the main campus, it's also the halls of residences. We provide the security patrols around the campus and 24/7. We have emergency response and assistance. We are providing a first aid and the fire alarm response as well. I will talk later about it. We are also providing liaison with the police and emergency services. So we are like a one-point stop for all the services related to the security on campus. We will investigate a crime and any other incidents that will be reported to us. Security advice and crime prevention and risk assessment is also available from the security services. We are organizing sessions with our police officers. They are local police officers, and we will organize the sessions once a month in the student center. So once you will be actually on campus, you will be very welcome to join us on the sessions like that. During the sessions, we will provide any advice, any information that would be required from us, and introduce you to any necessary police groups. We also provide the new student ID cards, and we hold lost and found property from all the campus. Trying to change the slide. Okay, thank you, Lisa. Thank you. So the student ID cards are being issued to all the full enrolled students. This year we are doing it in a slightly different way. So we are actually posting the ID card to all the students who are fully enrolled. Once you receive the ID card, we will ask you to pick up the card holder and the lanyard from any of the receptions around the campus. If you have not received your ID card yet, and yet you are joining the induction, please do not worry, the card will be given to you once you are fully enrolled. Students, once you receive your ID card, we will ask you to display your ID card at all the time when you are on the campus. And also, if any member of staff or any security officer will ask you to show the ID card, we will ask you to do so. This is for everybody's safety on the campus. The ID card will be needed for you to actually enter the campus. So we will ask you to touch the ID card on the turnstiles. And if you don't have the ID card, because you've forgotten your ID card, you can be issued with 3 temporary passes. They are paper passes. And like I said, you can have 3 of them. You will go to any of the receptionists. Receptionists will find you at the system. If you are a fully enrolled student, you will be given one of the paper passes. The paper pass obviously will not help you with registering on the lessons. So you will be given a manual register as well, which will need to be signed out by any of the lecturers while you are on campus. If you used up all the 3 temporary passes and you will come in next time because you just didn't have your coffee in the morning and you forgot another time, you will go to the reception. The receptionist will say to you, we are very sorry, but at this moment you have used up all the 3 temporary passes. We will then ask you to go to the student center located next to the borough building, and we would ask you to purchase another ID card. The replacement ID cards, like I said, they are being issued in the student center, and once you will have this one, they will just wipe out the count of the 3 temporary passes. Once you have when you receive your ID card, we would ask you to always make sure that you touch out while you are leaving university. That will help you with the student monitoring if you have to, while you are completing your day. I don't know how many of you actually knows London. I don't know how many of you, there will be a new students who are just arrived to London. Getting around and staying safe in London, it's very exciting. London is a very exciting place to be. But at the same time, it can be different from the places that you just join us from. So we will always advise you to plan your journey ahead. Nowadays, wearing a face covering in the public is compulsory. So we will always ask you to wear this one unless you have been exempt from it. And please keep in mind social distancing wherever you go. We will also, at university, at that present time, we would ask you to use your face covering while you are on campus. And there's a plenty of stations. Once you're on campus, you will see there's a plenty of places that you can actually sanitize your hand. So we'll ask you to do it regularly while you're on campus. So how can you move around London? Obviously, you can walk, which is brilliant because then you can see things around you. You can cycle. There's a plenty of stations that you can just pick up paid for bikes. But if you need to move, if you need to go further, we would always advise you to use the TfL website, which is the Transport for London Journey Planner. Then you can see where you're going, what is the current status on the travel. And if you need to use the cab, we will always advise you to use licensed cabs. They don't need to be the black cabs, but they are the ones that you pre-book in advance. And again, once you are using the public transport, you will be asked to wear your face covering. When you are out and about, please always make sure that you know where your belongings are. Do not leave your bag unattended. They might simply get stolen. You might just lose them out of sight. If you go into the toilet, please always make sure that somebody is looking after your belongings. It's very easy to just get fascinated by the things around you and just forget what you have. So always make sure that you know where your belongings are. Be careful when you are using the cash points. Cover the keyboard with the other hand when you are putting the PIN number. Watch out when you are using the mobile phones on the street. It's happening, this is London, it's happening that sometimes while you're on the phone, your phone might get snatched. So please make sure that you always use it only if you really need to do so. If you go out, do not carry unnecessary valuable items with you. If you are just going to meet your friends, do you really need to take your laptop with you? Do you need to take all the money that you have? Do you need to take all your valuables? Just think in advance. Just think about the less thing you will attract, the safer you are. And of course, if you are going out to the pubs, to the restaurants, to enjoy London, just make sure that you always keep an eye on your drinks. If you think that there is something wrong with your drink, always speak to the person behind the bar or ask to speak to the manager. As I mentioned, bicycle is a really good way of traveling around London. If you do so, we will always advise you to use a good quality D-logs. Even if the area looks that there is a CCTV, always make sure that you just properly lock the bikes. At university, we currently have 3 locations that we would advise you to use. One of them is a Faraday Wing bike yard. This is an access controlled area. Also, we would always advise you to use the proper locks, but it's more secure. Another one is then on the Curl Street, and then obviously there is a place in the Keyword Street. Any of the security officers will be able to advise you where you can put your bicycle. If you can, make sure that your bike is registered. In the security office, we can provide you with the bike markings, which you will then send to the bike register. It's like a national database of all the bicycles. So it's and it helps, and then you'll be issued with a sticker, and then there's like a prevention from a bicycle being stolen. We're not going to be able to promise that it will never get stolen, but it's always like a deterrent. And just on that note, university does not take responsibility of the loss of personal property, and that includes bicycles. Security in the halls, because halls of residences will be your home for another year or 2. So as much as we want you to feel very comfortable and very cozy and homey in your rooms, we will always advise you to make sure that you lock your door when you are going out. Close the windows when you are not in your room and lock valuables out of sight, and especially if your room is on the ground floor. And if you can, please make sure that your possessions or the valuables have an insurance. Personal protection. obviously, many of us knows that, but this is just a reminder that it is a criminal offence in the UK to carry an offensive weapon in the public. So you are not allowed to walk around with a knife. You are not allowed to walk around with a CS or a pepper spray. Martial arts weapons, if you need to move a martial art weapons around London or even around from location 1A to B, make sure that you always speak to somebody about it. Because if you would go with a martial art weapon for example, on the tube, it will be good if the police officers actually know that this is what's happening. And obviously the firearms is not permitted to be carried around as well, and not to have it. If you feel unsafe in anywhere around London, anywhere around UK, just call 999. However, if you want to contact somebody emergency on the campus, the emergency number for LSBU is 6666. You can call it from outside lines, for example, from your mobile, 0207 815 6666. You are always welcome to call the security office number, which will be 8219, or the phone number. And off the campus, any emergency, like I said, 999. However, if you want to report any incidents, or if you want to contact the police in non-emergency situation, the number to call is 101. At this moment, LSBU introduced a new SafeZone app. So the emergency, if you require emergency, if you require first aid, this is the best way to contact us. So if you can, we would advise you to download this application on your phone, and this is a very easy way of actually getting hold of somebody in case if you need a first aid, and in case if there is emergency. The phones will directly connect to the control room. If you are outside of campus, if you would press emergency, this application would automatically connect you to 999 number. And this application, it can be used for track and trace due to the COVID-19 situation. So we strongly advise you at this moment to download this app, just log yourself in, check in whenever you are on campus, and then it will automatically check you out once you are off the campus. This application works on the whole campus and also the halls of residences. If you need any further information, if you just want to have a chat with us, if you would like any advice regarding to your safety, please contact us at the security office. We are located in the Borough Road building on the first floor, the BI106, but you will ask any of the receptions of any of the security officers, they will always direct you. We are currently open Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, but the control room is there 24/7. So there's always somebody there for you in case if you need us. You are welcome to email us at security-office@lsbu.ac.uk. And like I said, we are here to help. We are here to advise you in case if you need anything from us. There will be another session like that next week. If somebody would like to join us, you are welcome to do it. If you will have any questions, please just feel free to contact us.